Hello. Good
Hello.
morning. Good morning. We are Jems Lex Fibers, and I'm Judy,
I'm Emily.
and we are here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. And this is our first episode on
I
YouTube.
know.
We're so excited. We're going to call it Jems Escapades because we travel quite a bit with all of our shows, and we stay really, really busy, and we're always into something and doing something. So we're so excited for this first chapter of us.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and get started. We have a new sweater knit along starting January 3rd that we're so excited about. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what we're currently working on. And there's like a pile of stuff right here. We also have some new Christmas colors we want to show you. So let's get started. This seems so weird because we've been doing, oh, we have a viewer. We've been doing our Fridays.
Yes.
Facebook and Instagram. And so we want to kind of like move everything toward YouTube. So it's brand new. Everybody, I'm sure, is going to be finding us. We're so excited. We've been doing Friday since.
Oh my goodness.
We started during COVID.
I think so.
So about 3 years, maybe. If somebody's watching, I would love for you to like pop on and say hi.
Tell us where you're from.
Tell us where you're from.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. We have traveled this past year all over the four corners of the states. We have traveled quite a bit. I got a new truck in June?
Yes.
And I've already put 25,000 miles on it.
Because we've been all over.
With our last place being the SoCal Fiber Show, Southern California, we had an amazing time.
Yes.
And I would have to say that that drive has been the easiest drive I've ever done going to a show. Because it was 20.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have to, it was 20 all the way there.
All the way. Straight to Dallas, past Dallas, all the way to Arizona. And then I think right in there is where I went into 10.
Right. I mean, as far as directions, yes, we got held up in some traffic, but that was not.
No, it was like really, really easy. And I wouldn't really say boring. Would you say boring?
At times.
Really?
Yes. But I don't know.
You're knitting the
I'm
whole
knitting
time.
the whole time.
So it has just been a great year. Hey,
Sandy.
There's Sandy. Good morning, Sandy. So glad for you to join us this morning. It has been a great year. We're really excited even for next year. We have some new yarn bases. We have some new things that we're working on this month that's going to be hitting all of our booths next year. So our next show is the end of January here in Oxford, Mississippi. And that's January the 19th and 20th. And then in February, we're doing a trunk show in Pensacola, Florida.
And that's around the 26th, 25th,
I can't remember
something
what that
like that.
is.
Whatever that weekend is right there.
And then also in March, we're going for the first time to Raleigh, North Carolina. We are doing the Carolina Fiber Fest. We've never been to this show either. We're really excited. And we've signed up for a few other shows in April. We're kind of waiting to hear back from that. I've also decided to do something really fun and crazy in June. I'm not going to say it's crazy.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's really awesome.
I am going on a mission trip to Mexico. I'm so excited. There is a community there that our church has been working with, and And they go down there every year. Not ever been able to go. And this year I was like, I'm going. And I am going to be taking knitting needles and yarn down there to help teach these ladies how to knit as part of my mission. And then that way they can be able to knit things, to sell, to make money. And so this area is a poor area. And so I am so excited about going. I'm so excited. We just had a meeting this past week about it.
I know.
So part of our YouTube channel, we're going to get to talk a little bit more and go in depth about some things, because when we were going live on Instagram and Facebook, we were limited to our time because Instagram shuts off after an hour. So this time we don't have to really worry about it. Of course, we're not going to go and have a 2 and 3 hour session. So we were going to go live earlier this morning, but we had some technical difficulties with getting set up and everything. But I think we've got that all fixed out.
We figured it out.
I did. I was about ready to throw up my hands. Emily was like, oh. So, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the knit along.
Okay.
I am so excited. We are starting a sweater knit along January 3rd. And this sweater knit along is, you can pick whatever you want to knit, whatever yarn. If you don't want to use your yarn, you have some yarn in your stash, get it and join us. It's all about learning. And, I feel like that, whether you are a somewhat, I call them a seasoned knitter, somebody that's been knitting for a long time, or if it's somebody that's kind of new, there's always something to learn. And the great thing about like somebody that's knitted many, many, many sweaters, they have so much knowledge that they can share. And so that's the thing that's going to be so much fun about our knit along. So I have created a Google form. I will be attaching it to this YouTube video, and you can also find it in our Instagram link. It's already there. And what I want you to do on that link is to put what kind of pattern that you want to knit, what sweater you are knitting, what is the yarn weight and what yarn are you using, and then also to put like, what do you like about knitting a sweater?
Okay.
And then what are the things you dislike? What are the things you hate about knitting a sweater? Is it going to be the sleeves? Is it going to be your swatch?
That's me.
I hate doing a swatch, but we have to do the swatch. And then also, like, is there like, every time you knit a sweater and you have to do like short rows or something, you're like, how is it that I always do that? Or like in one of the sweater knit alongs we were doing before, someone was struggling with having where you join underneath your arm for your sleeves. They were having big gaps or holes.
Right. I remember that.
And they recommended a link for how to prevent that, how to fix that. So these are all of the things that you can put into this form. Also at the bottom of the form, I have it, and you know what? I can't remember if I made it optional. I'll have to go back and check. But as we are doing our knit along, I want you to go and add pictures of your progress, because we are going to talk about all of that over the next, month or two, as long as we do the knit along. I really haven't set a date. We're just kind of going on the fly, so to speak, with this knit along. But so you can go and upload like your pictures of your yarn. You can go and upload, as you've gotten cast on. I've only got it set to where you can upload 5 pictures. But we want to see. We want you to share with us what you're doing. So I have gotten a pattern picked out. I have knit a couple of sweaters, maybe one actually, because I'm not a big sweater knitter.
You're wearing a sweater now.
I know. I am. And I think what the problem has been is the sweaters that I've knitted might have color work or a yoke, and I don't feel like that's me.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe not yet. I might kind of get into it. Maybe I don't
Mhm.
know.
I don't know.
I feel, and I've never knit a raglan sweater.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to knit a raglan, just something very basic, plain. If I want to add a stripe or something random in there, I can. I can do
Right.
whatever I want.
Mhm.
So I did find a pattern, and I went and I've kind of been
Oh,
looking.
wait, did I give it to you already?
Uh, no.
Nope, here it is.
Oh. So I found a sweater, and it's called the Classic. And
I really like it.
so this is, can you see that?
I think there's another
And I
picture.
do not know how to say that.
Mhm.
I don't know how to say that. Espace. I need to learn how to say that. Um, but the thing that I like about this sweater is it has kind of a high neck. I kind of wanted something not really, I guess.
You can probably go as high as you want. So you don't have to go all the way because it looks like it comes all the way to the top of your neck.
Right.
But you could just come up a little,
And it also has the split hem on the bottom. I kind of like
I
that.
do like that. Yeah.
So it has the split hem. It is a free pattern.
Oh, wow.
It does say that you're to use fingering with mohair. I don't want to do the mohair. I'm
Mhm.
just going to use a DK, and I am using our new DK, which is Posh DK. And Emily actually has a skein of it right here. This is our new Christmas color. It is on the website. There is not a picture, but we are calling it Mr. Grinch. There are a few other colors that's going to be coming along with that.
Mhm.
But our new Posh DK is a 100% mercerized wool. It feels as soft as cotton. It feels so
It's
good.
very soft.
So the mercerized is like a superwash, but it's not treated like a superwash. So for people that come to us and say, I can't wear a superwash, I would say maybe you need to try this new 100% mercerized. I've kind of learned that I'm also allergic to the to the superwash.
Mhm.
Not the wool, but the superwash. And so I'm excited about trying this new mercerized.
It's so soft. When we were hanging it out yesterday, I'm like, Judy, you got to go out there and, because it's just brand new that we started carrying it.
So this is what I am doing. It is called the Classic. And I have to figure out how to say that.
Mhm.
And so Emily has picked out a sweater.
And y'all probably all know it, but I have been looking at this in the fingering for so long. But we have a new worsted weight, and so I found it as a worsted one. It's the worsted boxy. So, I mean, I think that, just like a casual sweater, and I was looking at colors, and I'm like, something to go with blue jeans.
That's really cute.
But
That
I
looks
really
like
like it. Yeah. You can, and I was reading about the pattern too. You can knit it in the round. There's a couple of there's two different, I think there's only two, where you can knit one side one color so it seams on the sides. But I think I'm just doing mine all in the round, all one color. And but yeah, really cute. I mean, casual sweater.
No, Sandy, it will not felt like a non-superwash. It is considered a superwash. It's been treated so the new Posh DK is not going to be. It's not going to felt. It's like a superwash, but it is created not the same. I would tell you to Google mercerized versus superwash wool, and it's going to kind of tell you the difference. It's a difference about the scales are removed. but I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Um, it is
But
it's been kind of a new thing of seeing some dyers carrying it, and we've actually had a few customers ask us if we had a mercerized wool, and so I'm like, okay, let's get it and try it. So I'm so excited. But that's what I'm going to be using for mine. I don't know if I've picked out a color yet. Have you picked out a color?
yeah, I think I want to do the Cersei. I'm not 100% certain because at first I was like, oh, I want something really bright and kind of like I was thinking like either Heroes Plight
Right.
or like one of these. But then I remembered, I mean, I'm thinking like blue jeans. I'm in blue jeans all the time. So I thought, Cersei, and I love that ever since you dyed that.
Sandy, so I know that you're about to be starting a new sweater. I think you were talking about there was a sweater you wanted to start. Have you already started it, or do you have one that you'll be starting and joining with us for our knit along in January? Um, And so, it doesn't really matter what patterns that you're wanting to do. Jane last night and Knit Night has between two that she's wanting to do. And I think both of them are the new Ho-He patterns. One
One
is
was
the Granny.
yes, and then the other one is Irish
Yes,
Gold.
yes, that's it.
Yeah,
So it's going to be fun
I
because
know.
we're going to get to, hear what everybody else is working on, what patterns they like,
And
and
then we can get new ideas from
yeah,
everybody else's and their notes.
right. That's really going to
I
benefit
know.
us. Um, so right behind us, we are setting in our shop here in Vicksburg, and so behind us you can see other yarn that's here in the shop, and then this is our yarn, and then there's other carts over here of yarn as well. This is our new yak. We have yak fingering and yak DK. Um, we added that in September, I
Yes.
think.
Mm-hmm.
And the last couple of shows we have almost sold
Sold out.
out
I know.
every time. And so it's been a huge seller. We did do a Cyber Monday sale after Thanksgiving. And we actually kind of kicked that off Sunday, offering a huge discount. And y'all
Wiped us out.
wiped us out, blew up the website with all of the yak orders. And Emily has been fussing every day about sweater quantities.
Yes, I know. Like I think I'm down to the last one today. The
Yeah.
last sweater quantity order today.
So Sandy said, I haven't started. I need to swatch using up stash. Next sweaters are the Weekender Crew and the Appalachian Trail. Not sure what is first.
Ah, okay.
Yay, that's going to be so much fun. I am so
Mm.
excited.
Yeah.
Um, okay, also, I want to tell you about a new pattern that we just saw has released, and we have saw it on Max the Knitter's Instagram a couple of weeks ago. But he has a new pattern that he just released. Do you want to put up the picture? It is called Plump It Up, and it is a black and white because our printer is just black and white.
Mm-hmm.
But it is using, this is what's so fun
I
about
know.
this.
This is that's what I was just looking at.
Okay, so you have to use two different yarns, one being bulky, and then the other one being like a fingering weight. Um, so what he does is the bulky is throughout the scarf. And then the fingering weight is held double, and he is using fluff, which is baby alpaca, wool, silk, and yak. It's 219 yards for 50 grams. So it is exactly the same as our yak. So our yak is 438. This is, where did it go? 219 yards for 50 grams. This is 438 for exactly 100 grams. So this is exactly the yarn that he is using. He is holding it double. Of course, you can use fingering too. So I feel like that we're fixing to cast this on. One of us is probably me. I don't know. Um,
We're loaded down.
Everybody's always like talking about how I'm always making Emily knit.
She's already got 2 projects going
I
now for
do,
the
I
thing,
do.
and now I have 2, and now she's like, "Oh, one of us is going to cast this on."
And
And we have our sweaters.
we have that doesn't start until January 3rd.
Oh, okay. We'll just whip the rest of this stuff out of the way.
But I'm really excited about, because this can use our bulky minis, or you can use a full skein. But so you would use 2 pack of our bulky minis and then a skein of the new yak.
Okay, I got to read over this.
See, this is held double. Let's see right here. See, hold hold 2 strands. You can use DK or worsted weight yarn. You can do whatever.
Okay.
Oh. I'm
Very
excited.
cool.
Look.
I know. It looks really good.
So it's one, so you use one skein on one side and then the other skein on the other side, because you have to have 2 skeins. So you could use 2 mini packs, 2 bulky mini packs for this. But this just released. I'm not really for sure. It's released this month, but it is called
Plump It Up.
Plump It Up by Max the Knitter.
Nice.
So I found that. Emily has been working on a pattern. What have you been working on?
I have been working on several things. So I was working on one thing, and we were at this show, and Judy, because this pattern just came out.
It did.
Yes, in November.
Yes.
Yes. And we're at a show, and she's like, "Look what I just found." And when I saw it, I was like, "I need needles like right now." Like
she did
right now. And so like we bought needles at the show, and I started at the show. So it's called Little Gemstones. And it uses I'm using 2 packs of our sock minis and 1 full skein of our honey cakes. Like, so let me show you. Here it is. So I was working on it last night. So there is how much I've gotten done. Yay. I think I have 36 gemstones done. I only have about 42 left to go. So that is but it's been really fun. It's all short rows.
So you're using the Nemeon line set, and then also one of our new sets, which I don't think is on the website, and we've really got to get that done, is the new Hydra collection.
And we have it in full skeins. Well, we sold out of some of it right here.
And then I think there's some more right there.
Okay. So, but it's been really fun, and it's not like once you get done with the little gemstone, I mean, I think they take about 30 minutes or whatever to do, but you can put it down.
Right.
Because it just repeats every little gemstone.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
And then I have been working on a new pattern that is by Callie Monster of Monster Knits. We met her at Southern California. She came into our booth, and she was like pointing at a pattern that we had on our booth, and she was like, that's me. And I was like, what? I was just like, Emily, come here. And so I don't think I printed the picture. It is called Embrace Autumn. It uses 3 colorways, and I don't have a picture of, because it is a lot of charts.
A lot.
And I didn't think that I would like it, but I really do like it, working from charts. It's so
looks
easy. Look at
so
that
good.
part
Oh, that's
that I
so
started.
pretty.
Okay, so, and I'm in the middle of a row too. But it has these little stitches, if you can see. Do you see that? And so that is where I've cast it on. And now there's like some lace work and cables, and I'm really enjoying it. Because it'll have like a chart, and it'll have 6 or 8 rows, and then you'll go to another chart or so forth. So you're not like constantly
Right.
in the
It's
same chart.
yeah.
You're constantly moving.
You're not being bored.
Sure.
So here is
That
the
pattern.
and it's a shawl. Let me see if there's
And so I'm
another
using
picture.
our new yak. It's really soft, and I'm using this is sunstone.
Okay.
This is sunstone, and then I'm also using emerald here and augite. Can you reach that? Do we have one?
We have one in DK.
So these are the colors that I'm using because it does say embrace autumn.
I love it.
And the yak. It is so soft.
So here is like a full picture, like of the
kind of like tilted a little bit, maybe
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm working on that and having a really good time, and then I have also been working on. I have like all these little bags right here. I have also been working on the Brioche-licious by Andrea Mallory. This is kind of an older pattern. And again, I'm in the middle of a row.
I know, that's how I was.
There
I love it.
is one side, and there is the other side.
Looks so good.
I love it. And this is using our Luxe sock.
Oh, so nice.
And what else are you working on?
So when I got the little gemstones, I was working on just for the booth, it's called Architecture, and it's a very long wrap. So it just changes stitch pattern. I don't know if they can see that. Every section. So we've got like stockinette, reverse stockinette. There's some ribbing, some seed stitch right here.
It's really pretty.
So yes, I mean, and it feels really good. And it's our Luxe sock.
And what color is that?
This is Arlite.
Arlite. I don't know if the picture. Our website is going to have a lot of work done over the next couple of weeks.
Yes, we've already been working on it a little bit.
And we are going to get pictures for yarn that doesn't have pictures. Yes. And then a totally new format. So I'm really excited about that. But that is Arlite. It is one of our new colors, but I don't think there's a picture on there.
Yeah. It is a very simple, like, you watch TV and all that, but it doesn't change quick enough. So I've been like, I have to put it down and pick up something else, because I'll be like, it's like 30 rows of stockinette, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. And then you have something else right there.
And then this I started for my mom, and on the way, Judy had to fix a mistake, so I kind of put it away. But this is Lisa Ross's, oh goodness, is it Beach Nights?
Yes.
Yes.
It's so cute.
I love it. She's got this, if you've done any of her patterns, she has this stitch in there a lot. I can't remember what it's called, but you wrap the needle like 5 times and pull it through. Yeah. But then there's a lot of lace that is fixing to come up. That's where I messed up.
And what colors are you using?
This is Serpent Slayer, the main color, and then our Demeter mini set. Yeah. So, but it's been a lot of fun, but I think I need to put a lifeline in, because there's a lot of lace.
A lot of lace.
Yes.
Okay. I think we kind of talked about this, but I'm going to share. We do have a new Christmas color that's on the website this morning. We have not put a picture yet. This is called Mr. Grinch. We have it in our Lux Sock, Lux DK, our new Posh DK, and our
Key worsted.
and then our key worsted,
Yes.
another new base. The key
Mhm.
worsted has 15% nylon in it. Is that right, or is it 25%?
I think it's 25. Yeah.
25% nylon,
Mhm.
so it's great for socks. You can make a pair of worsted weight socks,
Mhm.
or you can do sweater knitting, whatever. It's a
Yes.
good, strong worsted weight yarn.
Mhm.
So those are on the website. We also have a mini set using the new Mr. Grinch that is going to be hitting the website hopefully today.
I know.
And so those will
Pretty
be
colors.
available. Um, Also, we're going to do something really fun and exciting with our YouTube channel. If you've watched Kelly and Ryan on ABC, you probably have seen where they do a thing every week where they call somebody and ask them something about they discussed in their last episode.
Mhm.
We are going to do that exact same thing. So there's not a form yet. It's going to be added at the bottom of this link, and then it will also be available in our Instagram bio. But what you're going to do is you will put your name and phone number, and then we're going to pick a random number or name for our next episode. We will call you and then ask you something about what we discussed in the last episode. And if
Mhm.
you know the answer, you're going to get yarn. So we're really excited about that. We're going to be also doing a contest and do with our new sweater knit along. We're going to have door prizes as well.
Yes.
We're really excited about all the things that's happening in the
I
new year. We
know.
have a lot of plans. We have worsted weight minis coming. We actually have them,
Yes.
but we will soon have them, like toward the end of December, we will have that added to the website.
Mhm.
Um, we also have a lot of yarn that we are placing on sale. We did have a huge sale Thanksgiving weekend, but we are adding a whole new on sale tab within the website because we have are no longer going to be carrying our classic DK
Right.
or our legends, fab sock and fab DK. We also have classic DK minis
Mhm.
that we are not going to be carrying anymore. So some of those we might be marking down. We just got to get it all figured out. This week we have been really busy with um, just dyeing yarn. So busy. And last week we got our Advent boxes out. Some people got them a few
Oh,
days late.
yeah.
I'm sorry that they were late, but we just time got away from us.
Yes. We got back the week,
Got
like
that
the Tuesday night at like after midnight before Thanksgiving. And
we
you
thought
know,
we were going to have time to get them shipped out that week,
yes.
but that didn't
Yeah.
happen. Um,
You know, everything is just like, oh, that won't take
I
long.
know.
That won't take long because we got like, so much done. And we're like, oh, that won't take long.
It yeah, it
It
does.
does take long.
And we thought that we were going to get it out before we went to Southern California, but we just ran out of time.
Mm-hmm.
We did. There's just not enough time in the day sometimes to get all the things done, especially when it's just two of us.
Yes.
And people keep asking, or even saying, like, y'all need to hire somebody else. And we're like,
Perry has said, my son, he started knitting. And so, like, now he's all interested in everything. And he said, well, I could maybe come help. He can't do everything either. He helps people move and he has a full time job. But I don't know if we want him to help because he's already said that we should have rules for our knit along and like taking people's talking privileges away.
Perry has started knitting You got to tell the story about Perry.
Well, when he was at work?
Well, no. So Perry, years ago, even
Oh,
before
yeah.
we started Gems, Emily knitted him a hat. And this
Mhm.
is when we first kind of started knitting.
Mhm.
She knit him a hat.
Yeah.
And he started wearing it everywhere.
And it was my first hat. This was years ago. And
I mean, he wore it when he was in college, but then there's like a really cool thing about this hat. He had a friend, like one of his best friends, went, where did he go?
to Afghanistan.
To Afghanistan. Perry gave him his hat and he was like, look, I'm going to give you my hat, but you better bring it back.
Yeah.
And his friend brought his hat back.
Yep.
And so he brought it back and gave it back to Perry. And, Perry's wearing his hat. Well, he's working this job recently. He was kind of in between jobs. And so he was helping out at a brewery. And at the brewery, everybody was like, dude, I like your hat. So he came home. He's like, Mom, you got to teach me how to knit.
Because now he's left that job and started working in a government job. And he's like, I want to make everybody a hat from the brewery, and I'm like, okay. So, I mean, he is on knocking them out.
I mean, the first one took him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he was like not happy with the stitches and the stitches were really tight. And Emily was like, okay, you've got to loosen up. And so then he was like, okay, Mom, I need double points. It's so funny. He's like calling, Mom, I need some more yarn. I need double points. I need this. And so she finally got him, to where he was able to bond off and everything.
Yeah, he's done.
And then he's like, Mom, I need some more yarn. And so, Emily's been dyeing the yarn for him.
Yes.
And he's like on the website and he's like, I need this color, this color, this color, this color. Yes. I'm like, what does he think you are? And he has been knitting the hat so fast. She's like, oh, he needs another color.
Color.
So how many has he done already?
Well, he's done 3. But I mean, like, I have to make sure that this is done downstairs because he'll be finished with this one tonight.
Really?
Yes.
So it's so exciting.
But yeah, I think he's gonna try to do a sweater. But yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be allowed in the knit night, if he's gonna be telling people, they gotta have their sleeve done before they come back.
So Perry, her son, and then Ronnie, her daughter, are both going to be joining the sweater knit along as well. And what sweater is Ronnie doing?
So she says that she's going to do the Rose by Andrea Mowry.
I love that.
I do too. So,
and then Perry is not really decided yet.
Yeah, I think he's just got he's looked and he's got like a basic. Actually, Margie's the one that sent him the sweater that she found for him.
Is Margie joining our sweater knit along?
I think so. I think Margie is.
So we have a lot of people that are talking about joining our sweater knit along. You can knit whatever sweater you want to, whether it be fingering, DK, worsted, bulky, whatever. Doesn't matter what yarn. We would love it if you used our yarn, but if you have some yarn in your stash and you're like, I've got 20 sweaters already in my queue, I want to knit these, that's fine.
Yes, come join us.
We want everybody to get over the holidays. January is a time of like, you've had Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and then you're like, okay, now what?
No.
Well, you can join us for a sweater knit along. Yep. It'll be fun. You can join our knit nights, which is every Tuesday from 7 to about 8:30 Central. And you'll get to kind of talk. And, there's one lady that lives here locally, and she's just started kind of knitting. And I say locally, I'm talking about Liz.
Oh, yes.
She did we were starting a knit along.
Oh, my goodness.
She joined. I didn't really know that was her first sweater, and she did it.
And she did the
and then
sea glass.
Yeah, it was
as
the
her
sea
first
glass
sweater. I was like, oh my.
And she has learned brioche. She has learned how to run a lifeline. She has learned a lot
Mhm.
just from joining our knit nights. So our knit nights is every Tuesday, like I said, on Zoom. And we'll be talking about all of the sweaters we're knitting. It's going to be a little chaotic, but just very fun because sometimes, you know, even when we were at Southern California, people were walking into the booth and we were so busy. I didn't really get a chance to stop people and ask what sweater they had on.
Right. Yeah.
But let me tell you, I've done it. And I've even made Emily like go ask them what sweater
I
they're
know.
wearing. So when you see what somebody's working on and you're like, okay, I really want to make this. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really fun.
Mhm.
Um, well, I think that's all for today.
Yes. I
What have you been up to lately?
Well, I actually started watching The Crown. So, like, I've watched 6 episodes in 3 days.
Really?
Yeah. So, everybody who was talking about it, and so I just thought,
Is it good?
it is very good. I really like it.
I'll
Yeah.
have to go and start watching
You'll
it.
like it.
Really?
Yes.
I was watching Friends when we were in California. We were
Oh, yeah.
we dye all of the yarn. We get on the road, and all of the yarn is in boxes and bags. And we get to wherever we are, and we stay up until midnight twisting and labeling yarn. We
Mhm.
do it every show.
Every time.
So we did it when we were in California, and we started watching Friends because we
Mhm.
couldn't find anything to watch.
Yeah.
So I've gotten home, and I'm like, okay, I've got to
Gonna
keep
watch
watching
watching
it.
Friends.
But now my
It's so
Max
funny.
app is like just spinning on
Oh.
my Fire Stick, and so I'm gonna have to reset
Yep.
it. And so last night I was just like, forget it. Like,
So, did you watch anything?
no, I just turned the TV off because I
Oh.
didn't want to get started in anything.
Well, I watched that, and then Perry came over, and we watched Stranger Things.
Oh,
So
okay.
now I have 2 more episodes of the last season, and then I'll be done with that because I guess there's going to be another season.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. I need to watch that season. I'm behind on.
oh,
that
you'll
season.
love that. So,
Um,
and you don't have to really pick up, like, if you forgot some of the other,
right.
it'll be fine.
Right. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us for our first chapter of Jems Escapades,
Yeah.
where you never know where we're going to be, what we're up to. It's going to be an exciting year. We're so excited for all that is to come. And make sure to subscribe. So when we do go live, we're not really for sure what time and day that we're going to start doing this.
Yeah. But we'll be posting as soon as it's going to
Yes.
be another in 2 weeks.
Right. So we're going to be doing this every 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So our next one, we will be talking about all of this submissions, like what everybody is working on, what they're knitting, or what their projects are going to be for our knit along. And then we will be like coming on the 1st of January, right when the knit along starts.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. So make sure you go, and if you just now are still like joined us, to go to the link attached to this video, and then also in our Instagram to sign up and say this is what sweater I'm knitting, and fill out the rest of the form. It's going to be great. So y'all have a great rest of the day, rest of the week. I think it's supposed to kind of be bad here Saturday. Did you see that?
No,
Some
I
storms.
didn't.
So if storms are going to be heading y'all's
Yep.
way, y'all be safe.
Stay
It feels really
safe.
weird because we're always like on a Friday going live,
I
and
know.
this is not a weekend.
No, we
This is
gotta
the
get
middle
back to
of
work.
week. I know. We got to get back to work. So, all right, y'all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.